Creativity just got a little bit more organised. I've gone and done it. I've gone fully digital with my note-taking system. This week, I have gone and built a fully customizable, searchable notebook system right here in Notion. You can still use one of these, and even more interestingly, it's not at all the same as the amazing system that Thomas Frank built. If that's not drawing you in as a productivity fan, I don't know what is. Come and take a look. Hi everyone, I'm Simon, this is Better Creating, and I hate it when I can't find my notes. How do you feel? I'm telling you, the amount of times I have lost creative ideas, project planning, great research, bits of study notes in the mess that is these. One of the things I decided on a week away from YouTube last week was to get a bit more intentional about sorting a few things out in my life. And this is one of them. I have built a digital, searchable, fully integrated notebook system and note-taking application, essentially, of my own, kind of, because it's made in Notion, that flexible all-in-one workspace, and it allows you to build things from scratch. I've done a ton of videos on this. I know I'm getting excited, but it's pretty cool. I want to give you a little tour of that today. The main features, how it works, how it might differ to some of the other systems you've seen built by other YouTubers, and most importantly, how you might be able to use a system like this to organise all of the thinking in your life, work, and everything in one place. And in the future, I'll break down how you can build your own. So hit that subscribe button if you want to check out that next video. Let's dive into Notion, and I'll show you the system. I think there are three key areas to this system. The first is the main overarching database that contains all of the notes and links it to the rest of the system. The second is the dashboard that involves this main view. It shows you everything, all of your notebooks, all of the different status views, and the main inbox for where I capture notes as I want to put them in. It's also where I've created a template. This template here allows me to create new notebooks with all the programming I need that I did in the first place, so I can just make them pop up. The third section is the inboxes, so both in the main dashboard of the notebooks, but also this quick note system, which allows me to capture notes on the go and also clear it really quickly. The cool thing about this system is that it means all of my notes are completely searchable within one database, regardless of which notebook they're in. That's quite different to a lot of other systems. It means that I can still put them within different notebooks, but they're searchable as a whole. Number two, this actually integrates to my wider productivity system, so it links to my task and project management system. I can actually view these notes if I need to within the projects that I'm working on elsewhere. So it makes it really functional. It means you've got the notebook with you in the other projects. It's part of a kind of getting things done inspired, kind of second brain inspired system. So check out the other videos. I lead you through how to build that system if you're interested in it. Number three, I can filter them automatically by importance and category. We'll look at that in a bit. Perhaps most excitingly, I can use one of these in it, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. This is the database. This is the first thing that I built. It has several columns. The first, of course, is the name of the note, easy. I've put in when it was first created, really helpful for organising them later. I've given them statuses, live, favorited, so it's like priority, you could call that. In fact, why don't we just change that now? Look, so easy to do. I'm going to call that priority and archived. And finally, back burner. Not sure if I need back burner, but it just basically means that it doesn't show up in certain filters. I've got the notebooks, where you add it to the notebook. If I want to just search for video, I will find a specific note on that references video. If I just searched for that note within that notebook, I won't be able to find it. The notebooks are all part of the same database. So I've actually sorted my notebooks with this select function. It means that I can add them as these color-coded named tags. On the main homepage, when I go back to them, I've linked this template, which is a kind of copy of the main database, within a coloured reference notebook system. It's just so much better because it means that everything is in one place, but I still get that notebook function. That's what I like about it anyway. If we go back to the database, I have, when it was last edited, that allows me to then filter and look at the most recent notes I've been working on easily. I've built two formulas into this. a little bit more advanced. One that's a simple formula today, which is basically the formula is now, open parentheses, close parentheses, but that just means I have a reference point between today, right now, and when it was originally created, to create this, weeks old. This allows me to see how many weeks old certain notes are, so I could, if I wanted to, build searches into this, systems which go just show me the notes from the last month. I have links, attachments for them, a hold on home screen column. This is for the functioning of the quick notes section. I'll show you that in a moment. And this is related project. I've created this within the project database in my main productivity system to link these notes to them. The dashboard includes the inbox where I will input any new notes. I have a priority view, a status view, which filters by only stuff that's clicked as priority. And then I have a live notes view. So every new note that I create, let's say I'm going to go and create a note here. If I click up here and add a new note there, you'll see it's automatically established as live. So it just means that new stuff stays live until you change it. So I can put it in here and drop that in. It's there because it's live and you can see it's in the inbox. If I wanted to filter this into one of these notebooks, I can add it to a notebook. So let's add that one to a meeting note. Let's do that. I could link it to say, oh, I'm having a meeting to develop my freelance career and freelance development. It's related back to my project. And not until I add it to the notebook, this is basically filtered for where add to notebook is empty. So only stuff in the inbox where it hasn't been added to a notebook will turn up there. So that means that if I click on here, add it to meeting notes, it disappears and then it will appear, there it is in my meeting notebook. The notebooks are filtered by two views, the last edited view, and then I have the full notebook view, which will also show me the archived notes. You could make more views if you wanted using boards or other types of lists, but I find that is really effective because you can show what properties appear here. I could have a massive list of things, but it's just currently showing when it was last edited, the project it's linked to, if it's live or whatever, and then how many weeks old it is here. What I've basically done here is build a new template. You can do this by essentially typing in / template button. And what that means is anything you create within that, you drop within this template, if I go to configure, will be what appears there. So what I've essentially configured is a drop-down toggle menu that is given a colour and a little icon that can be changed. Within this, I've built all of the programming, so the filters are currently empty, the sort, it's sorted by when it was created and its status. And it's essentially, I've created a linked database of the main notes section. If I wanted to add a new notebook, I just click on the button, it creates it for me. Let's give an example. Let's call this one, I haven't created my journal yet, so let's do that. Call it journal. I can change the icon by deleting it, /, go to emoji. I can then click down and it actually is, my template gives me instructions. Set the add to notebook filter in each view to set the contents and rename it to match, and then replace this with the notebook description. I can go filter when add to is journal. There you go. So that's now everything in the journal. I need to go to the other view, the full notebook version, and do the same, filter. So there's a little bit of work when you first make a notebook, but how often do you make a notebook? And what it means is it's all searchable. So now what I would do with this is I make this the same colour as the tag, and then it's all coded up. Great. There you go, I've built a notebook. Now you'll see this journal is exactly the same as all these. Notes from meetings, conversations and events, submissions for planning for work. These work in a very similar way. You just filter where status is live, right? Easy job. Or on priority. I've just filtered it for where status is a priority. And you could create other views if you wanted to see them, notes from 2 weeks ago, whatever it is, using the other system. Next, let's look at the inbox section. So these inboxes are pretty standard for anyone who uses the getting things done or kind of para method of building a second brain and having a place to capture information and ideas. Again, I've created a linked database. I just would go / create linked database. There's loads more on all of this stuff in my other videos on creating this wider system, and I'll be making a video very shortly on how to actually build this. You'll see within it I have chosen to create some templates. I'll edit this one to show you how it works. You can add a cover so that every note looks the same. If you wanted to put in here other things, you could do that within your template. You could have subtasks within it to do, and so on. There is also an inbox, which I'm calling Quick Note, on the main homepage. What's brilliant about this is I can use it in my mobile. It's the first thing that will pop up on my Notion wherever I'm looking. So what's cool about this is I could either add one here or just simply go and click on the Quick Note template. The only difference with this is it results in this tick box turning up. Now I want to keep working on this one, so I'm going to leave it here. Now this box is that checkbox back on the original screen, which was keep on home screen. This one, done, I'm finished with it. So it means I can clear stuff out of there that I don't want. And what you'll see is if I go back to my Notion dashboard, it's still they're both still within the inbox because they haven't been allocated to a notebook, but I'm able to clear my Quick Note inbox really quickly. I can then just put them into the meeting notes. There's a little prioritized task called handwritten notes in Notion, kind of. So let's talk about that. So I'm on my iPad to show you this rather cool thing. We're gonna draw and write written notes into Notion. There's a couple of ways to do that. So first of all, iOS 14, you're gonna need that to use Scribble. But if you have that, this is really exciting. I go into Notion. Let's just see how quick this is. Quick Note. I could just literally write in on the title, new written note. How fantastic is that? I can do things like, let's put in here some, now I might want to go deleting it. I might want to select it, yeah, make it bold. I can still do forward slashes. So I'm actually controlling it with a pencil here. You've still got the ability to bring up that to play with it if you want to. Now drawing in it. This is where I've got a little workaround which I think is rather good. If you're like me, you just actually want to be able to draw and play and take notes in a written form still. There's a way to take this information and move it across into Notion. So I'm going to use the split screen mode on my iPad to drop in GoodNotes, one of my favourite apps. Now in here, let's say we wanted to put in, let's draw a tree, why not? There's my drawing, and I'm going to go, I want to put that into Notion. Well, I use the lasso, select what I want to include, tap on it, copy, tap in here, tap again, paste it, and suddenly you have drawn something and placed it in Notion. So what are the advantages of this? Written notes, I might actually want to take it and move it across into Notion for keeps later on. Drawn and written notes in Notion. That's cool. So what's your favourite note-taking app? What are you using online to organise your thoughts and gather your, creative ideas? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a bit of a vote. Let's see what people are loving at the moment. Evernote, Rome, what are you doing? Also, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and stay connected with the channel. It's free, it means my videos pop up in your feed. And actually coming up very shortly on this channel, I'm also going to be making a video on how to build this system step by step. There's also a load of other content on the channel around building this wider productivity system, creativity and intentional living. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye.